I made the mistake of giving her love right before I started stream, and now she's being needy. That right. Force your way there. That's fine. Happy New Year. She survived the fireworks. She survived. It wasn't like bad. She didn't. Well, surprisingly, she didn't want to sleep with me. Or like near me. In terms of she wasn't on my bed most of the night. She decided to hide under my desk for the majority of the night. I know. Is what she decided to do. But she didn't really bark. She didn't really moan at any of the fireworks. I think she got... one of the loud ones spooked her. And she, like, you know, got up. Had to patrol the house super quickly. You know, I gotta make sure everything's okay with the loud ones. She was moving about. And I'm just trying to lay in bed. Hello, body. Yes, the baby girl was hiding under my desk. I'm sorry, did I say your name? I know you replied to that. You were going outside. Be careful. Okay, well, my hair's a mess. When isn't it? Hi, they see your tail. Oh, no, they don't see it anymore. Okay, you somehow got my headphone charger cord stuck in your mouth. No. Not bite that. It'd be very bad because I would have no other way of charging my headset. I know. Not eat cords. Yeah, she has eaten a few cords, surprisingly. But there's a lot of cords under my desk, and she's never chewed those, but she's chewed through a few of my phone chargers because I got a bunch of like long ones. And they're like cheap, so like the end generally breaks at some point because of how I position my phone and charge it at night when I'm watching stuff. And she chewed through one recently. Like literally like a few days ago. When it was charging, so I don't know if you got a little electrical shock when you were chewing through that or whatever, but I mean, she chews through her like rope string. Oh look, there's a rope string right here. Like this like used to be a part of like one of her toys, and she kind of just like tears it off. You know. I shouldn't let you. That needs to go away. I know. I'm so mean. Why is your first reaction to when I'm petting you to bite me? And why are you like clawing my hand when I'm trying to just pet your head? Why? I don't want to be bitten. You need to relax. This is the last day of you and me alone. Brittany's flight is sometime tomorrow. Right? Yeah, it's the 1st. Yeah, Brittany gets in at like noon tomorrow, okay? It's just me and you. We got another 25 hours together. Got another 25 hours. Just me and you, one more night. And then Brittany is home. And she will give you the walks that I have not been giving you. I give her walks, just not as long. on. Okay. I can actually do the stream instead of having her be my content. I think you can see her butt. That's her butt. Right there. Baby. Haven't seen you in a year. Haha, good one. We love those jokes. Wanna know what a good joke is? Here's 3 minutes of ads. Duck, scotch, head, rat, curse, skin, nut, fly, hound, finger, spell, shell, charm, buff, peel, hex. Hex, peel, charm, curse. A bit of magic. V's arsenal, if you would. Ow. Buff. Heal. Erissa? Is that how you spell Erissa? Or is it Erissia? Thank you for the 8 months. Enjoy your new fish. Happy New Year. How many streams after New Year's is it acceptable to say Happy New Year to a new sub? You know, because it's like not everybody's gonna tune in on this stream, right? You always gotta give it a few streams. Like if somebody comes in tomorrow and subs, you can say Happy New Year. But how many days into the new year does it become a little unacceptable to say Happy New Year? Up until the 3rd? Okay. Like a week? 4th at a push. Oh. 8 days. December 25th. When's the next holiday? Gosh. There's probably an alcohol reference and I just won't know it. Valentine's. Okay. That's not a holiday. I'm a loner. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Duck, finger, scotch, shell, fly. I have no idea. Peel. Oh, peel, skin. Shell. I don't know. Surprisingly, she doesn't want to sleep with me. Yeah, we know. Okay. I need to say it like that. Rat, buff, head, hound, duck. This like shucks or like what does this mean? I'm gonna go with mud. I don't know what it is. I know I'm 90% sure it's these 3. I'd be shocked if it's not these 3. Skin, peel, and like shell. Like I don't know. It's like the outside of something. Like your skin. It's like you're in a shell. Like you gotta peel to get to the inside. Finger, rat, buff. Is it like head? Is it just this? I don't get this one. I don't know what this means. Hound, finger, scotch, head, buff, fly, rat. Rat. Finger fly. Oh. Scotch. Like, what's the alcohol reference here? Or maybe there's like, I don't know. Is there like a 007 reference here with Scotch? The only reason like I'm thinking 007 with Scotch is because I literally just saw a YouTube short of a clip from one of the 007 movies, and he literally says that's just a waste of good Scotch. So that's why my brain is just immediately thinking maybe 007, James Bond, maybe Release the Hounds is from it. I don't know. I don't know what the other ones would be. I don't know the alcohol reference if there is one here. Nut, rat, fly, buff, head. I don't like nut being there. Is there like mechanical tools? Because I don't think it, like, there's nuts. There's nut. There's like a nut bolt, kinda. Or like, you know, building. Hammerhead. What happens if there's like a minus letter thing or plus letter or like sound the same type words? I don't know. I'm kind of getting bored here. I don't know what this last one is. These three are all animals. I guess hound is kind of like a different name though. What happens if it's like kind of like point or like target? Like, I guess fingers isn't really like targeting though. Like, I'm thinking fingers. Is there like things of like 10 fingers? Is there like 10 flies? 10 hounds? 10 heads? 10 nuts? 10 scotch? 10 rats? I don't know. I'm bored. Butter. Enthusiastic equivalent. Buff, head, hound, rat. Okay. Butterfingers, butterfly, butternut, butterscotch. I'm just never getting those. Butternut. Butterfly, yeah. I'm just never getting these, realistically. Stardew rats, yes, we're the rats. We're Stardew rats. That's what we like to call ourselves. Oh, I kind of need, oh, whatever. First save file, doesn't really matter if it's slower. I don't care. Good time zone again, Happy New Year. Doing more runs, nothing's changed. It's been a day. Oh boy, big 2026. We gotta put a 6 instead of 5. How many people who are at their work desk right now who had to put a date on something has already messed it up and put a 2025? Raise of hands, because I remember in school, after we got back, I put the wrong date for at least a month. I've done 2025 3 times so far today. That is a mood. You just gotta break a year of habit. Why does this feel wrong? Is this the right spot? I kind of stun locked myself because I don't think that's no, that's the right spot. I thought it was like one up or one down. Last run die? Yep, notebooks. For yesterday's run. And you guys have been privileged recently with actually getting runs with books where runs don't just die in like the 2-hour mark because I don't get books. Like, this is just how a majority of the runs go. Run dies to books. Let me count. Supposed to be... Yeah, no, this is way too low. Like, this is supposed to be 1, 2, 3. Really? Yeah, because it's supposed to be in line with this. So 1, 2, 3. I just went way too low there. I'm being stupid. We got the mining outfit. Glorious. Thank you for the 56 months. Is that a... No, 60 is the next... 60 is the next year time frame there. Whenever I see a number that high, I always have to think to myself, is that a year timestamp? Happy New Year. Welcome back, my princess. How have I been messing this up so bad? God damn. Somebody mishoed. Any fireworks this year? I mean, there is fireworks going off. Yesterday, or last night was pretty gross here in Phoenix. It was a little damp. Yesterday's run died. It didn't have books. So we have to start anew. It wouldn't have been able to finish. That wasn't the pickaxe. I would assume so, but I don't really know because snake spines are so common now that you just shouldn't ever really care. They're so easy to obtain. Like, it literally just takes one treasure totem. I actually don't know how it functions because I literally just don't bother. I mean, I guess in theory it should work on non-legacy because it's just an RNG number. It's not like you're abusing a pattern to it. As long as it still switches after every single hoe, there just won't be a pattern to it that we would have been able to predict before. I'm farming parsnips. Specifically, a gold quality parsnip. About a 1 in 7 chance with how these crops are laid out. You're saying that this is not just chill gameplay that I'm doing right now? Just on the loop watering 15 parsnips, clearing off the starting bit of your farm, watering them for 5 days and resetting if I don't get a gold quality? You're not calling this casual and laid back? How dare you? How dare you say that my way of playing is not casual? Audacity. You're putting words in my mouth. Like, chat doesn't do that to me. Oh no. About 10. You started it? I don't know about that one. We gotta start the new year off with a little bit of sassy spice, you know? Gotta make it a good year. You know, I'm half tempted because I've been seeing a lot of Reddit posts about people basically marking down if their day was good or not for the entire year. And I saw a lot of Reddit posts about that. I'm like half tempted to do that. That kind of just seems fun. And then we can do like a review of the previous day at the start of stream. Like, that's kind of fire. Have a little like 5-minute previous day review. Can you get 2 gold parsnips at once? With the layout that I'm using, no. It is impossible for me to get 2 gold quality parsnips. Is it possible on day 1 or on day 5 if you used a different layout? Yes, you can technically get 15 on the first day. You would just have to do very specific spots and they're way too spread out. And not worth it for me. The spots that I picked are picked specifically because they have different RNG values, so I know 100% of the time that I will not get any repeats, which therefore gives me the highest possible chance of getting a gold quality crop. The spots do a few other things, but if you really want to know more, it's in the FAQ about why the spots are specifically the spots. But it is impossible for me to get more than 1 gold quality. Like gray molted, and what is yours? I don't know what that means. If that's just your way of asking, did I have a good day yesterday? I think my yesterday was okay. Like, I don't think anything special happened. It was a fine New Year's. Nothing awful happened. I was chilling. I wasn't depressed with myself yesterday. I wasn't like, oh man, this is the best day ever. It was a day. And the day was fine. And then it's like, what do you associate with a fine day? It's different for everybody. Like, if you were to do it on like a red and green scale, I would say yesterday was like a... And like, light green is like best, and light, or maybe you should do dark green as best, and dark red is worst. Like, it would be like a lightish green, but it's like not everybody would use that same color system, right? That's not good. That's not good. Being alone make the day good. I would say I'm more likely to have a great day on a day that I actually go outside and spend time with somebody. But it's hard to have... Okay, so there's a flip side though to that, where like days that I go outside are more likely to be a worse day than days that I stay inside, but days that I stay inside are less likely to be a great day than days that I go outside. If that makes any sense. Green bean, cauliflower, kale. High risk, high reward. You know it. Bean. Oh, did I say kale? Oh, it was. Maybe cauliflower, kale. I don't know why I said potato. Potato was not a part of it. I love to be the reason got an average day. I'm gonna water these. That could have been a little... Losing a bit of time here because I had to go out of my way for the dandelion, and then I messed up the shops. Not a huge deal though. I will say, me, if I am to do this like day rating thing every day, it's going to definitely expose me to how like absolutely lazy I can be. Because I feel, because I don't go outside a lot, right? So my mood, or the thing that's going to affect my day rating the most will be whether or not I am productive or not, or something good happened to me in like one of my offline games that I'm grinding, you know. It is basically, so it's like it will expose like my mental state when it comes to like making videos and such and doing actual work that I need to get done, and be like, oh my god, this guy does absolutely nothing. Which is kind of funny. Because it's like, I can very well say tomorrow, or like tomorrow I could say that this day was not a very good day because I am still putting off making the next video for God knows what reason, because the next video is literally just the CC run and it will literally take me like 2 to 3 hours to actually make. Because that is all post stuff where I don't, I'm sorry, that was all done like live and I only have to go through the 2-hour long footage of me doing the run and explaining it and just cutting out the dead parts, where it's not like the perfection video where I have to you know, take like 10 hours of script writing and reading it off and then compile 24 hours of footage, you know. Like, it's a vastly different run. I don't even know what the ordering of the next few videos are gonna be after. Like, I know I'm doing CC next. CC's 100% next. After that, we have a few options. I think I want to delay the 24-hour ancient fruit run for a bit to get a few videos before I post my next, like, oh, I did this in 24 hours. You know, type video. I should pick those up. But so the next high edited high effort video that would come out will be the skills video, maxing all skills in 16 days, you know, that one. That'll probably be the next high effort one, but I don't know how many videos I will do before I actually do that. So it's like, oh nice, we should get club on 20. So it's like, that's the next high effort one. It might be the next one after this community center one, or I might just do another lazy video. And when I say another lazy video, I mean, I have like, oh, I grew all 5, or I speedran growing all 5 mega crops, right? You know, oh, I kind of wanted that cool card. Like that one is literally like that's like a 30-minute edit essentially. Because again, that's all post. Or that's not all post. That was all already basically done. And then maybe that, because I would like to do like 2 videos a month as long as I have the backlog that I do now. It might be a little hard to have the backlog forever because I only have so much in the backlog, and right now I'm doing stuff that I won't actually make a video out of. Like, even if I get a PB here, I won't actually make a video out of this. Like, I'll have no high effort stuff being done in the background. And then after this, I'm looking at doing another CC run. And like, unless if it's sub 2 hours, then like, it probably won't get a video. There's like there's honestly a pretty low chance that I even make a video out of like the mid-offs, even if I win it. Wow, this is a awful floor. Good daily luck, by the way. There's just like a ladder on the floor that I just decided to skip, or did I really just have to waste like 100 swings on that floor? And that's like assuming I get into the mid-offs, which I'm not guaranteed, obviously. But it's like, other than that, what backlog do I have? I have 24 hours of ancient fruit. I have 5 mega crops. I have skills, or I have skills on day 16. I theoretically have the footage for perfection 115 days, but I don't know if I'll ever use that footage because the ordering that I did ship frustrated me so much that I could not make a coherent story out of the start, and it was really annoying. So I don't know if that one will ever see the light of day, unless if I redo it. I could redo the A to Z challenge of 1.6 items. I want to give that a little bit longer before I redo it because I'm still kind of burnt out of it. And the reason I won't upload the one that I already did of the 1.6 items is because of the fact that I mislabeled aged row, because it doesn't actually start with the letter of the fish. It starts with A because it's aged. So a lot of the items that I actually rolled, which was aged legendary fish row, just didn't make any sense. And I realized that afterwards. Also, Stormy, thank you for the 18 months. Happy New Year's. So did the last, like, 2 floors just, like, suck, or... Low-key, I should just go to the center on 19 more purely for the, magnet ring. I didn't really mind going to the center on this floor because I know that there's a magnet ring. And I'm guaranteed a club on floor 20, so... Magnet ring plus club combo is super nice. You swallow a magnet ring, does it give the effects it should? I should pick that up. So it's like, yeah. I'm never gonna have like a concrete schedule for these types of things though, so it's really just gonna be based off of feels. But I should realistically get the CC video out by the end of the week. And then, I mean, I guess it depends on which one I do next, right? Oh, shit. Nose started bleeding. I felt it and then just like, okay. Tried to overlap it with eating, so I didn't waste as much time, but... Why did I break that one? Man, like, we were kind of cruising the first, like, 10, 15 floors, and then these last 10 have just been, like, the most horrendous floors I've seen in a while. Oh, God. It's not even like horrendous pace overall is like the funny part. It's just like very clearly a select few floors were just so abysmal. Run could have been like so much better. Floors generally early game before strawberries. What type of context is here there? Because I generally go 40 floors on a single mines day. Or on the first mines day that I go into, which is today. Sure, it's the 9th, but I slept the first... I basically slept until the 9th in this run. This is the first day I've gone to the mines. In CC speedruns, we get to 40 on day 5. Or 6, whichever day you go. Just using the 15 parsnips. This run, it's more consistent to get to that number because you have more than 15 parsnips, but there's not really a point to pushing to 80 before parsnips for the most part. Because you won't have access to quality sprinklers before strawberries, so if you're going to be using, if you want to use sprinklers for strawberries, you have to use basic. So the only useful part is to farm copper and iron, which you only need to go to 40 for. And that's like also just my skill level. I can do that. There's a lot of people who just struggle to go 5 floors even in a day. But you know. He's at a different skill level. And obviously you can just get lucky or unlucky. I can't always get 40 on every single run. Sometimes you just get extremely unlucky with rocks and you don't have enough energy. At least in CC. On community or on perfection, where I have as many parsnips as I do, it's really hard for me not to make it to 40. It's just how fast do I make it to 40 and how many parsnips do I use. I need 74 more copper. Copper day 1 wasn't great. Yeah, we have rare crops and brewers, I think. I'd have to double check to make sure it's not artisan. That's good enough. Inventory. I'm concerned of money currently, so I'm saving the leek in case if I need extra money. It's more efficient. It's more energy or money efficient for me to eat parsnips. Also inventory. One less thing I have to worry about, and I can take back all the leeks on the next day. Otherwise, I'd have to pick them all up then. And then there's a chance that I don't have to pick them up at all, which saves me time. Because I won't need the money. Not like it's going anywhere. Nah, I'm not really good at hosting those. And, I talked about this yesterday. The, competitive side of Stardew Valley is actually kind of in a lull in terms of content creation. So. A lot of it is much more casual focused and occasional challenge runs. More so than, competition and collabs. Basically that. You have to have somebody willing to host it and not want to take a part of it at the same time. And I feel like a lot of the people who would want these types of competitions also just want to be a part of it. Oh, it's kind of just there. And again, a lot of the collabs, at least in the more competitive or like min-maxy space, are not as prevalent. That's mostly the space that I keep up with. Like, you know, I get the YouTube shorts of the more casual side, but I don't really watch videos on the more casual side. So it's like I don't know how much like collab and stuff is going among there, but there's like realistically, yeah, I mean, like, there's just no innovation, you could say. Like, we're kind of just repeating a lot of content right now in this space. No, I don't think 1.7 would actually change that. I think we would have like a really nice 2 to 3 weeks and maybe like a few good videos every so often after that, but it's just gonna be the same thing. It, like, you need another fresh personality to come in that changes things up realistically. Because it's like, I'm realistically not going to be changing what I'm doing in the grand scheme of things. And a lot of the people who were doing the innovation and were doing the stuff have just like moved on. Just like, look at Shawnee Do. He doesn't do any more Stardew, and he's doing much better for himself because he's not doing any more Stardew. It's a limiting space. Grand scheme of things. Yeah, but the difference is those games have that perception of being competitive already. Stardew's had a few tournaments, don't get me wrong, but it is vastly more viewed as a casual for fun game. Where the games that you're talking about are like innately competitive, even for single player games. I'm not saying Stardew can't do that. I'm saying it's harder for Stardew to do that. Because again, you need certain personalities to step up. I'm a part of this problem, by the way, because I essentially won't step up. But you need the personalities in the community to do that. And for the longest time, it was Z Shawnee that was doing a lot of that work or heavy lifting, and you know, they just both moved on, so that's why the lul's back. And then a lot of the other people are like kind of gone, or at least not on my radar anymore. Like, I'm sure they still make occasional Stardew Valley content, but it's like Therm's kind of gone. I don't know where Barley went. I mean, there's like a few other names. Like, just think about everybody who is in the Stardew Valley trials and like how many of them are actually still making Stardew content. You know? Like, realistically, how many of them? Yeah. That's like mainly my point. Like, these big names have left. And we're still acting like they're here. Sharky's always been around, and he's always been more on the casual side of things. So he's like, he's here, but he's not in like the group of people that I'm talking about, you know? Sharky's always been around. But it's like my audience and Sharky's audience are completely different. You know? I think you could have a decent bingo competition now. You just have, like, it's just harder to pull these types of people because we don't have, like, realistically, I am the biggest, like, speedrunner competitive personality now. Where it's like, before you, like, you know, people might laugh at the thought because, you know, Shawnee do Omega Law bad at Stardew, but he wasn't actually, like, bad at Stardew. You know, he was better than a majority of the player base. But because he couldn't compete with like me or like Blade or somebody, he was clowned on because he literally just wasn't the best. You also have to... No. Yeah. Because it's like, you do need a big name in the scene to have the pulling power to bring somebody like, Simsy aboard. Like, I'm sure I could probably get Simsy aboard. Because it's like, I teamed with her, like, I can talk to her, like, I'm sure I can get a DM through to her. But, like, very few people, like, who are people other than me can't do that. Was streaming started today? Yeah, because I don't want to get in the weeds of whatever's happening there, but apparently she does not like the decisions that the Sims have been doing recently and has basically distanced herself from the Sims, which is crazy for Simsy to not be playing the Sims. Yeah, like she definitely be down, but it's like, again, my point goes back to who else in the community can do that but me. And again, like, you would need somebody to step up to be able to do that, and I literally said, like, I wouldn't step up to do that. That's just not my space that I like to be in. I'm not an organizer. Like, that stuff is hard for me. I'm probably about to reset this one. I have no jade, and my, I still need 45 more copper ore. And we're going to be probably like 5 minutes red in a portion of the run that I should easily be a few minutes green. Oh, it'd have to be a full run reset. This is a speed run. I don't get to just reset the timer back to the start of the day. Yeah, this one's garbage. I got a bathroom. What was I talking about? Yeah. Yeah, basically we essentially need a new Z or a new, like, Shawnee do in the scene. A people organizer who likes to host stuff. And get people together because, like, again, like, a lot of the content that's being created right now is a lot of solo content. There's not much collaboration in the space. Everybody's kind of off doing their own thing. There's been like a few like distinct eras, I feel like, of Stardew Valley, like content creation. Like you had Dangerously Funny, the OG era, the first, made it widely popular. Once he left, I would say there's like a dark age in a way. Like there wasn't really many Stardew updates. No one was big posting content because Dangerously Funny left. Like that's kind of where I started gaining a little bit of traction because I was really the only one who was like consistently doing Stardew stuff, you know? That's realistically when like mid-max started to rise too, kind of in the dark era. Like Tushi, eventually me, Cord, Zanji. Like we kind of started to rise after that. But it was still kind of a dark age where like everybody was scattered. And then Z basically came around and basically had everybody start collabing. Like all the scenes that were like fragmented, kind of doing their other things, kind of just came together. And then once that was over, you know, we're kind of where we are now, where we're kind of in a second dark age in a way. But I wouldn't necessarily call it like dark or as bad as when Dangerously Funny left. We're more like, again, I call it a lull. We're kind of just like waiting for the next like big thing, realistically, to happen. Whether it's 1.7, whether it's for 100 Chocolatier, or just somebody else who comes along and does something that no one else is doing. You know. Because it's like, everybody's always asking, oh, when's the next Stardew Valley Cup, you know? It's like, even if we hosted another Stardew Valley Cup, like with, like by ourselves, if CA isn't a part of it, it's not going to gain nearly as much traction as it did before. And that's like, I don't think people realize that. And obviously, it would kind of be hard to call it the Stardew Valley Cup when it's not our original content and it was somebody else's. So you can't really just call it the Stardew Valley Cup 2. Like, that is kind of just dead. It's the same thing with, like, the trials. You can't really do a second Stardew Valley trials at this point. Yeah. The most popular stuff on my feed for Stardew is the challenge run stuff, but I feel like that's just more catering to me. Because I don't watch the casual stuff, because it's like, I'm sure they're, like, again, I see the casual players on, essentially, or on YouTube Shorts or, like, TikTok. I don't watch TikTok, I just do YouTube Shorts, but it's, like, the same thing. So it's like, I know they're out there, and I know they're still making their own content, but I'm not, like, into it, you know? I don't know. And that's mainly the thing. I don't know. If he would get involved again. I would like to say yes. But again, it takes like a certain type of person. Like, you would essentially have to have like a Z2. Which I don't think there will be, to be quite honest. Which is why I say, like, somebody revolutionary basically has to come along. Because it's like, I'm never going to be that guy. My chance to be that guy has passed. If I wanted to be that guy, I would have had to have done what Small Ant did in SMO when it basically came out. And I didn't. Like, I would have needed to be the authority figure on Stardew. And I just never became that. It's not really in my personality to become that as well. But I don't, like, totally blame myself. It is a wasted opportunity, realistically. Because I could have. You know, it's like, if I became that guy and, like, worked my ass off for literally a year straight and became that guy, I would have been set for life. Yeah. I don't think that I can't become successful still. Like, I'm arguably still successful in terms of, like, if you look at the numbers, I'm a very top percentage point of Twitch statistics. And I do well for myself. But it's like, there's a difference between, like, me and, like, I mean, like, I'll keep it within Stardew and, like, Z in terms of, like, the mainstream popularity, right? And then there's somebody, and then there's a difference between somebody like Z and then somebody like Dangerously Funny. I consider it a wasted opportunity because I could have been set for life. is why I would call it a wasted opportunity. I don't know necessarily if I would have been more happy overall with my life if I was that successful. I think with that much success comes a lot of stress and a lot of eyes and a lot of difficulty in like different ways. You know? Opportunity. We're essentially just talking about like the kind of the eras of content creation on YouTube. That being like Dangerously Funny, the Dark Age where basically nothing was being made after he left, the rise of Unsurpassable Z, and then kind of like the lull that we're in now. And my opportunity realistically to become like an authority figure of Stardew came towards the end of like Z and that big group and like the release of 1.6, I would say. To become like the like basically the new Z or like the new I don't think anybody will ever reach Dangerously Funny levels because there was literally no competition back then. Like, I literally don't think anybody would, will be able to, reach that level of fame anymore. Yeah, like, you correct me if I'm wrong based off of statistics, but I'm pretty sure the biggest Stardew Valley creator currently is, Salamence. It's either him or Sharky. I mean, like, I could, like, in the English-speaking sphere. I have no idea about any other language, by the way. I'm mainly only talking English speakers. I'm not informed on the outside. Like, he caters to both audiences. Like, I watch him. Like, that's when you know, as a more casual, friendly streamer, if I watch you and enjoy your videos, you're doing something right. But, like, and he rose, like, right after Z. Like, he rose in the time period that I could have rose in, you know? And he mostly took the spot. Like, I would say he became the next authority figure over, you know, like, me. Where, like, it could have been me. If I posted the entire last year and pumped out content, did whatever I could on 1.6 in these random challenges instead of like focusing on like it wouldn't have even had to have been like these lofty big goals. Like, I could have just done a 18-hour perfection run, called it a day, and it would have been like it would have gotten the same number of views as probably my 16-hour. Realistically, if you realistically, that's probably the case. It would have done as well, if not better, when 1.6 came out. Yeah, and that's where the other part comes down to it. It's like, I would have burnt myself out. I guarantee you, I would have burnt myself out doing that type of stuff. Because I also would have had to get into the area that I was like unfamiliar with, and kind of the reason why I'm not in that sphere. And it's because I'm just not an organizer, and like it really mentally scares me doing anything of that caliber. Like, I have said for the longest time, oh, I would like to do merch. Oh, I would like to do these things. Oh, I wanna do all this, yada, yada, yada. But then it's like, when it comes down to like, oh, I have to figure out how to do this, and I have no idea how to do this, and I don't want to learn how to do this, so I'm just not gonna do it. Because it's easier to just not do it and continue doing what I've been doing for the last you know, 5 years. This forging sucks. And it's the same thing with like, oh, if you want to post more videos, the smart thing to do would be to, you know, get an editor. Oh, I don't know how that works. I don't know how much I should pay somebody. I don't really know what I'm looking for. Am I willing to accept some, or like, I have to figure out how to pay this person. I have to figure out how to like set all this up. What, like, and it's just like, I have no idea. Like, I'm indecisive about that, which is why I say I'm not a people organizer. I'm not going to be the next Z. I'm never going to organize a tournament, realistically. Wee woo. I worked a hard thing for 58. So it's like, at the end of the day, I'm like very content with just streaming and just doing what I want. And then like when I post, like I post, you know. Wow, this run sucks. I want to open the CC just to see if it would have been garden bundle, but holy shit, there's no forge, no spring onions. What was the one that was missing? I don't even need a leak. The one forge that I had going into the day is the one forge I didn't need for today. I'm not doubting that I could easily ask people around and get help for it and whatnot. Because it's like, yeah. Like, I can literally, like, message a few people with that. But at the same time, it's like, oh boy. You know. Opening that can of worms. Need to like hire V as my manager. Need to get big enough to be able to hire V as like a manager, but not like, and like try to get a friend's discount from her because she's retired, and like have her manage my life, even though that's like an awful thing to say. V really is the mom. V is the work mom. I don't know. That me saying the V stuff was more of a joke. Never have her do that. Yeah. It's nice, but it's also like really hard to like he's not a stranger, but it would be hard to like fully trust a stranger because I already struggle to say issues about my life to other people, even to like my family. 7. You know? So it's like, I don't like showing that side of me to like essentially anybody. Like, it's obvious, and it's like a joke that I'm like a lazy person, and like I generally don't do much. Like literally my entire life for the past, like, you gotta understand, my sister left to go visit my parents like a while ago, right? You know, she's like, I've been watching Hazel for about a week. She comes in tomorrow. My life for the entire time my sister has been gone has been me waking up, streaming this perfection stuff. I need a streaming perfection, finishing perfection, playing. Recently, I've actually been. See, I didn't even want to say what I've been playing. Like, it's that sad. But I've been playing Skyblock on Hypixel because I watched I'm a Squid Kids Die video. It made me want to like boot up the old save that I had and seeing what's changed. And my god, a lot has changed, and it's made me want to play it and not want to play it at the exact same time. And essentially doing that. And then just watching Twitch or YouTube videos whenever shit comes up. And that's been like what I've been doing off stream the entire time. Right. And it's like, I've done no work outside. I haven't left my house. I've, like, normally I have a bagel in the morning, every morning. We're out of bagels, and we've been out of bagels since basically day 2 of my sister leaving, and I just haven't left the house to get more bagels. Like, I just haven't bothered. Too much work. And it's like, I use Hazel as an excuse of, oh, I don't want to leave the baby girl alone. She's a pretty princess. Yes. But realistically, I mean, whenever we go shopping, it's like, we just leave her. Also, it's not like it's anything new. Like, I've gone shopping alone with Hazel. It's not like I need my sister to go shopping. Okay, well, hopefully we don't need leaks, because this run has been absolute... These gold quality crops have been absolute garbage today. You know. I was like, oh, it's a tomorrow issue. It's fine. And then it's like, again, that's not just one day. That's not 2 days. It's been 7 days of me doing that essentially exact same thing. Right. And that's more where the issue lies. And you wonder why it took me so long to do the perfection video, and why there was basically a full year gap between the last 2 uploads. Oh man, instead of doing the video stuff, oh man, I work on the video thing for 15 minutes, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go farm Dungeon Defenders. Oh, I'll go play an ARAM. Oh, hey, this person's streaming. I want to watch this person instead of actually doing work. And then nothing gets done. And it's like, oh, well, you know what? Oh, it's this late into the day anymore? Oh, I don't want to work anymore. You know what? This is a tomorrow problem. Proceeds to do the exact same thing tomorrow. Ugh. Fuck you, game. Yeah, but it's an issue. Because again, like whether you call it an issue or not, or whatever you want to call it, like again, if I didn't have this issue or didn't have this like as bad as procrastination, I could have essentially become the 30 figure in Stardew and become like the next like person, next big creator, next big thing. And it's like, I'm not saying that I'm not big, because I'm big for Stardew Valley standards. Because again, we are a big community, but we're also kind of a tight-knit community. Where it's like, you don't really get that big per se, outside of a few outliers. And it's very hard to go mainstream without very broad content. And I just don't think I would ever be wanting to do that broad of content. Like, I'm much more in the challenge scene and speedrunner scene, and that's fine. But it's not saying like people who are in those scenes can blow up. Like Small Ant, you have other games like Hollow Knight, specifically Blue SR. You know, they are big for the speedrunning scene. You have a lot of the green bean cauliflower. You have a lot of the SM64 runners, you know. If you really want to be generous, Ludwig was originally a Mario Party speedrunner. Technically. If you really want to get into the weeds of that. What did I say? What was the other crop? Was it cauliflower or potato? I can't close this menu. Chat, help, fast. Ollie. I closed the menu. Okay, well, fuck me. I wasted too much time there. I'm not gonna be able to focus when I'm talking like this. I wasted too much time there, and then I didn't buy back what I needed to buy back and just instantly closed the menu. I'm actually just trolling at this point. I'm literally better off just playing Junimo card and just yapping at this point. I've gotten two out of 2 garden. No, it hasn't been 2 out of. Has it been 2 out of 2 garden bundles? I'm pretty sure it's been 2 out of 2 garden bundles. I've gotten more gold quality crops, but the foraging has been asked today, and that's the main reason. But yeah. And it's like, I think I've said before, I could probably have been as big as Small Ants if I really took advantage of everything. Reality speaking, I probably wouldn't have been as good or as big as Small Ant. I think he's just a different person. He's built different. But it's like, I like to use Small Ant as an example because he does like the type of videos that I enjoy doing and I enjoy watching, enjoy making, enjoy like just the process of like the challenge runs of like a game that you enjoy. Right? And that's mostly what my content is based around, because it is a working formula, it's a good formula, it's an entertaining formula, and it doesn't really get stale. As long as you have a good challenge idea, it doesn't get stale. Small Ant, the Minecraft guy, I mean, originally got big on Super Mario Odyssey, but he did some Minecraft stuff, yes. He plays a lot of other games. I mean, recently he's gotten into playing Minecraft again, but there was a long time, like he played, like basically his life cycle of Minecraft was he did when it was getting very popular on 1.16 when it came out, he started doing speedruns when it was like really popular and it was entertaining. And then he probably stopped playing around the time that I think Brentilda got the first sub 10. And that's when a lot of people kind of stopped playing because the hype was dying down. And then he started doing his normal things. He started doing his SMO hide and seek. He's always doing a Pokemon challenge on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and whatever. Eventually, he got the fun idea to do every achievement possible in Skyblock, so he started going back to Minecraft. He occasionally participates in Twitch Rivals tournaments. And then, as of recently, he started doing ranked Minecraft, speedrunning ranked. Because a lot of the bigger people are getting into that now after mid-offs and such. But yeah, no, he hasn't actually always been playing Minecraft. Golden Potter spot is the best. Any of them are really fine. Actually, spot 8 kind of sucks. And I think there's like one other spot that kind of sucks, but it's mainly just spot 8. Yeah, I don't remember how much Zelda he actually played. I don't really watch Zelda content. Linkus was the most Zelda I really ever watched. It's mainly just Wind Waker. Oh yeah, he did Breath of the Wild stuff. I never got into like Breath of the Wild and whatever very deeply, even the speedruns. That's falling from the browsers. Good morning, V. Happy New Year's. Hope the party didn't kill you that much inside. We're talking about insecurities today. It's mainly mine. It started off with the progression of Stardew Valley, the Stardew Valley content creator scene in the different eras. That being Dangerously Funny, kind of Dark Age, the Rise of Z, and now like kind of the lull that we're in, where there's like no person just like completely choke holding the scene. Like the only person who like at least has a chokehold on the English community is Talmance, but I don't think he actually has like a chokehold like these other people did. And then we got into I could have possibly have been the authority figure, but I'm just not the guy for it. And the... Sure, you want to hear my take on all that? What's your take? You got hot takes? We like hot takes. Stardew Valley, a dead game? Is that your take? I'm not saying anything else there, but I'm also saying he had a chokehold on the community. Like I'm talking pure numbers. I'm not talking about stuff that happened behind the scenes. Come on now. Yeah, but you act like content farming isn't the meta on Twitch and YouTube. Literally look at the what the most popular Twitch streamers do on Twitch. They literally just reuse and watch other people's original content. Like, please, we're talking about numbers here. If anybody has actually been in the Minecraft speedrunning scene lately, they know that all the top runners recently have literally just been watching and hate watching Ludwig play Minecraft ranked. And my god, does this shit get views because it's funny as fuck. How fucking bad this guy is. Yeah. But like, again, like I say we're in a lull because there's not really much interaction going on. We get the occasional banger video of like a really nice challenge run or whatever. Like the most recent one of memory is Salamance's no energy run. Like banger challenge run, right? But it's like there's no collaboration going on, and that's what a lot of the normies like. You know, that's the big normie pull. Is the collabs. You always say, when's the next Stardew Valley Cup? You know, when's the next big event? And it's like, it takes a certain person to be able to organize that type of shit. All right, I'm your manager for 2026. V, I would love for you to be my manager, but I cannot pay you. We literally had this discussion earlier, which is funny. I jokingly said I need V to be my manager. E-girl streamer, bring out the cat maid outfit. I didn't even read the second half. I just read the first half and ignored it. Ignored the second. Free bullying to Hubs. How much of a percentage do you think my viewership would go up if I just started being a femboy? Started wearing maid outfits on stream. Should not have taken a sip of water while laughing. I beg you. I don't think I could ever view myself as that. I'm very comfortably who I am. And I don't have issues like that. I don't think I would ever want to take drugs to transition. You know? I just don't think that's me. Like, degenerate chat equals more work for you. True. I mean, if we're gonna go full e-boy, we gotta also start the OnlyFans, right? I shouldn't joke about this. This is awful. This is an awful thing to joke about. Or that's a transgender. I mean, some femboys do it. It's, you know, it's whatever you want to be. I'm probably wrong. It's not my space. I'm not educated on it. Like, I respect people as people. I don't really care. Or it's like, I care, but I don't care. Like, it's not my business. I know who I am. I'm happy with who I am. Can we bury this conversation and pretend it never happened? But maid outfit. You know what? Let's bury this conversation with another person who I really like. I hope this guy goes to a high school reunion because I want to see where he is in life. He was like the class clown. He was a troublemaker. He's kind of like a small yet like really buff I want to say he was Mexican. You could honestly think of him, or maybe he was Puerto Rican. I honestly think he was basically just like a Michael Reeves Jr. You know, he wasn't like a tech guy or anything like that, but he was really just like a Michael Reeves Jr. in his stature, his like physique and everything. He was a class clown, his nature, and I like shit you not, he would just, for any like funny occasion, he would just wear a maid outfit just to school for a day. You just do it for fun. Like if somebody came wearing a suit, he would wear a maid outfit, and he just would not give a fuck. He was so, how have I gotten so many green bean, cauliflower, potato. He just wouldn't give a fuck. It was so funny. He was so confident in himself. Like, bless this guy. I just want to see where he is in life. Cauliflower. V, you just came in. I have thrown 3 garden bundle runs now. The first one wasn't my fault. The mines was shit. The second one, I just completely forgot what the crops order was, and then I tried to have chat tell me mid-time, and then it was too late, and then I gave up. And then this one where I like literally said I need to get these things, and then completely forgot to get these things. Or forgot what I needed to get. And I just had like the pause there. Like, today has not been a good day for runs. I've been yapping the entire time about just fucking bullshit. Literally would have been better for me to just pull up Junimo card and just start talking. Change to just chatting. No, but Stardew is just the second just chatting section, so it's fine for me to be in Stardew. Yeah. Anyways. That guy was cool as fuck. I mean, it kind of was breaking the mold back then, because, like, again, this was when I was in high school, so it's like the rights movements were kind of just starting for that sphere of things. I'm curious if he ever, you know, went that way, because I don't know where he went with life afterwards. But it would be interesting to see him. Or them. Whatever they are now. Why did he get bullied? He didn't get bullied. I never said he got bullied. I said he was the class clown. Like, I mean, he was kind of in like the jock sportsy group. So maybe he got made fun of, but I wasn't a part of that group. So I don't really know what the dynamics there were. But I mean, he was chill. I mean, like, no one really messed with him. No one really cared. I mean, yeah, I don't think many people really cared that much. Because I'm pretty sure the football star of our grades, or of my grade, the quarterback football star of my grade, I think he came out as gay. I'm laughing about that, but it's just like, you know, you just have like a perception of people back then in like 2016, right? And then now it's like 2026, 10 years later, and it's just like, hey, you do you. Because it's like, it wasn't widely accepted at that point. Yeah, 10 years. 2026, by the way. Happy New Year. What do you mean 2016 was 10 years ago? 2026. Kill me now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly, like, it's crazy how dense I was as a child. I'm still fucking dense as shit. There's so much crap that was happening around me in school and high school, and I just didn't even realize it. Hell, I didn't even realize I was fucking being bullied. Nah, like, it's chill, honestly. Kids are fucking brutal. Like, I don't hold it. Honestly, that was probably one of the best moments outside of, or after high school that I've, like, ever experienced in terms of, like, how kind of a gesture it was. There is this guy. He like sat behind me and we had like some PE class that we had to sit in a fucking classroom for fucking PE. We were learning something. I don't remember. But it's like we had these like club. We had these auditorium desk style seating where it's like they were on different elevation. And then like whenever this guy or whenever the teacher basically turned around and started looking at the chalkboard, he would, like, you know, push his desk forward and, like, you know, mimic that. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. You probably get what I said. And it's like, it was embarrassing at the time. I do not need a femur. It was embarrassing, like, having that happen and whatever. And it's like the whole classroom saw it. And it's just like, it is what it is. But it's like, so actually the reason why I bring up the story and to like wrap it up and why I say it was like one of the best or wholesome interactions, because it's like, I want to say like a year or two after we graduated, I went to we have a little 4th of July parade in our hometown or whatever. And it's like, we were just sitting at a corner, or like I was walking around and it's like, I saw him, I met up with him. It's like, I never hated the guy for doing it. Like, again, at the time, like, I can say now, like, oh, that was bullying. At the time, I didn't think of it that way. Like, I literally did not view it that way. Like, I didn't think of it like that. So it's, like, kind of a blessing that I was that dense, because it's, like, they could do shit like that, and I just wouldn't care. Like, I just wanted to go home and fucking play Call of Duty on the Xbox. But it's like, I saw him at the corner and we just like sat down and talked, and he's like, yeah, that was really shit of me. I'm like, and he basically apologized to me. Oh, there's a ladder on this floor. He like just straight up apologized. And it's like, bro, that's chill. I didn't even understand it in the first place. And it's like, he's chill. This is also the guy, by the way, who did, like, I gotta say this. This is not the guy who dressed up, but this is the guy who also, we got Chromebooks our final year of high school, because they were like, they were just switching to it. I don't know, they're trying some bullshit. And like he was turning in his Chromebook for the end of the year because I was a senior when they introduced it, so us seniors didn't actually get to keep the Chromebooks and whatnot. So we were returning it in, and like everybody knew that this guy's Chromebook was completely fucked up. Like the screen didn't work. Like it didn't close properly. Like it was fucked up. And when he turned it into the tech guy, he asked, is there any issues that I should be notified of with this Chromebook? And he said with a completely straight face, no. Turned it in, turned around, and fucking laughed. He just fucking laughed after saying no to that shit. And this thing was in shambles. I'm sure he had to pay for it because it's like, you know, it was written down, and when he opened it up, they knew. But the fact that you could say that with a straight face is crazy. It's like completely criminal. I don't think there's a magnet ring in the middle, so I should skip this floor. Nothing's wrong with it. You're good, my guy. What was the last thing he did? Oh, I didn't think the mine's remixed. I was supposed to get a club there. Oh well, shouldn't make a difference at this point. The last thing he did, which again is technically bullying, and honestly you could count it, or like people would actually count it as you know, sexual assault these days. But essentially he showed me on his, like, you know, mobile flip phone at the time. He's like, bro, how does this image make you feel? And it was literally just a porn star. And I'm sure he was vetting to see if I was gay or not at the time. You know, that's like another act that he did. Again, he like apologized to me, and it's like no hard feelings. I never hated the guy. At the time, I didn't even realize what he was trying to do. Like I'm not joking. Like, I don't know. I'm more just telling these stories just because it's like, you gotta understand how dense I was as a child. I really didn't even realize it in that way. And it was like, I mean, saying that it was a guy to another guy doesn't make it acceptable, because it just shouldn't be that way. But again, this was 2016 and it had different standards. You gotta understand, when I was in middle school, using the term gay meant like it was stupid. You know, like things change. Obviously that's not acceptable in any context nowadays. Like it's a different time period. Should probably use this cherry bomb. Classmate. Yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is. Again, I don't hold anything against this guy at this point. And it was like one time, you know. It's not like he constantly brought it up. Kids are stupid, kids are mean. If you're a teacher, you know this. Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't even, like, I wouldn't want him to hold himself, I mean, he did eventually hold himself accountable. Again, he apologized to me for, like, the stupid shit he did. But it's like, I wouldn't want his life ruined over him doing that at, like, age 15, 16. You know? It's like, really? It sucks. And, like, it would have been much worse if I was, you know, another gender, or like a minority group. But it's like, I don't know. I don't want to go into much more detail about that, because then you go down the slippery slope, say a bunch of shit, like whatever. We're playing Stardew. I can talk about being bullied, but I'm not going into detail about that stuff. And again, I was so dense that I really didn't even realize some of this shit. Like, you know how a lot of people view getting picked last in a sports thing as like, oh man, they're making fun of you for picking you last? No, at the time I just viewed it as strategy. Like, generally speaking, I was like the worst for this type of thing in like the group that was playing it. Like, you know, skinny old me, anorexic old me. I enjoy playing sports, don't get me wrong, but I was never physically fit. So it's just like, oh, I mean, that makes sense. I'll be happy to be on this guy's team. I'm fine with this. Let's have some fun. I was low-key a sleeper pick for flag football, though, because no one cared to guard me because I was, you know, I was who I was. So I could basically just freely run any direction I wanted. No one would cover me, and all the person had to do was, like, throw it to me. And I was capable enough to catch a football. So I was good with the sports ball. There's a lot of people typing really long, heartfelt messages with kind of similar stories from what I'm seeing. And I don't know if this is a copy-paste shitpost. I don't think it is. It's not. Not enough people are doing it. I appreciate it, but it's very hard to read a paragraph while also trying to play or trying to run in the mines, especially at the shitty pace that I'm at. It's 9 p.m. by the way, and I'm on 32. Like, I should have been on 40 like an hour ago. So I appreciate the messages and the relayability, but again, I'm not going to be able to read them right now. I'm sure somebody in chat will appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb shit in high school. High school was unironically peak, but also not at the same time. I mean, it was kind of peak for me because I wasn't like a studious student, so I basically had unlimited time. And then also more people to interact with than I do now. As I didn't really mind interacting with people. I still technically don't, but I'm much more likely to go out of my way to do it nowadays. What was a shit show? Yeah. I'm not saying that it wasn't a shit show, but it wasn't as nearly a shit show for me because I wasn't aware of half the shit that was, or half the drama and half of the background shit that was going on at the time because people just left me out of it. So it unironically made it so much more enjoyable for me. Which is a crazy concept to say. Do you know the amount of drama and shit that my sister has told me basically since moving here? Because it's like, I asked, hey, you still have friends in our hometown, like, is there any drama or any fun stuff that's going on? And she just spills all this shit. I'm like, this happened? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. Oh. That's funny as fuck. Yeah, I know. So I'm kind of blessed for being like dense and unaware. The good old physical bullying. Ah. I mean, we're doing good on copper. The full day though. I never really got into the relationship side of stuff in high school. It's kind of interesting seeing all the drama, or hearing about all the drama and the cheating drama that happened in high school after high school happened, though. That was kind of fire. Who cheated on who? Who was dating who? I mean, I feel like I was so dense in high school literally because my only goal was to make it through the day, and then at the end of the day, you know what? Boot up some League of Legends. I think in high school I was in the league phase by that point. When did the Call of Duty phase stop? It's gotta it was like I was getting into League at the end of middle school, no? Yeah, I'm just not kept up with like that type of detail. I don't think anybody got arrested from my high school for like that type of crime, but I mean, there is a lot of druggies at the time, you know. Weed wasn't legalized yet. There was a whole incident with somebody finding heroin in the bathroom, and then that was a whole school ordeal. I don't think... I mean, there was one kid who got arrested middle of school for coming to school completely high. No, vaping wasn't a thing yet for me. I graduated before vaping came about. I find it funny because you just said like your high school classmates are doing well from what I see, but my parents kind of had like not the opposite reaction in terms of them like they're probably doing well career wise, but when my parents went to a high school reunion, like they felt good about themselves because it's like, you know, everybody has body image insecurities, right? It's just a way of life. But they felt better about themselves because it's like they're looking at the people around them at their age and they just like they don't look great. Like it shouldn't be body shaming, but it's like it made them feel better about themselves at the same time. Because they're not like, I mean, like, I shouldn't go too much into detail about that, you know. There's no need. The next bathroom was on the 3rd floor. See, as far as I'm aware, they installed cameras behind the stairwells because that's where sex was happening at our school. Being hot, we get it. American schools are crazy. You say this, but like I feel like other than maybe the drugs and stuff being less common, I feel like sex is a global thing. In schools. Drugs is not a US thing. Fair. But it's like, it happens more than you would think. I only heard of one time at my school. Yeah, but I only heard of one time at my school. And my school is the size of fucking... My school had my entire high school had 400 people in it. 100 people per grade. And it was happening at my school. You know, it's a statistic. you know? Like, we have a very large population in the US, so these stories happen much more often because there's more people for it to happen to. You know? Where, like, I'm just going to use Britain as the example. They have a much smaller population, therefore their school sizes are going to be smaller. So when something like this happens, it's bigger news. But it happens. It's just a statistically less likely chance to happen because there's less people. Like, let's say it's a 1% chance of happening, and you have when you open a loot box, there's a 1% chance that you win if you open it. And let's say you have two different groups. One group is of 1,000 people, and the other group is of 100 people. Which group do you think will have more wins? Basically, what is happening here. It's a global thing. The rates are just different. And sure, you can say stuff is like cultural impact has a thing on it. Like, sure, like let's say the US has like a slightly higher percentage point, but it doesn't matter with the sheer number of people. And that's more of my point here. It's a numbers game. Yeah, my school was small. We lived right next to a town that literally had like 4 schools that were like thousands of people each grade. I need like money. What I'm lacking. Fine though. But again, like different cultures, like it's also like a culture because it's like V's school that she worked at literally had like basically a fight a day. I would be surprised if there was like on average 1 fight a year at my school. You know? Like it's different cultures. God. I have the image burned into my mind of the most like insane fight at our school because it was recorded. It was one of the only fights that was actually recorded, but there was just like actually small girl bullying a bigger girl, and the bigger girl had enough. Let's put it that way. The bigger girl had enough. It was not. It was very one-sided. And it's like you could see in the video that she was like restraining herself and just like trying to like not engage, but this other girl was just not letting her. And then she was swung around from the hair. Enough to, with enough speed to lose traction of the floor, and you know when you spin people like that. one was not pretty. I hate this video. I don't have it. There's no way I would have it. Like literally a decade ago as well, so. That spot. I see. Oh, I fucked up. I forgot to be constantly smelting on this day. I just realized I have nowhere near enough money. I'm missing 500. I can't be playing today. I have no focus. The vines were awful today. Like, I got really lucky with garden bundles too, but it's just like there is absolutely no focus going on right now. Hazel, now is not the time. Actually, you can come on my legs. Come on, you can come on stream. Come on, make the jump. There you go. Be my content. We need content here. I'm not ending shit though. But I don't like you sniffing this close to my face because like it's gonna be really gross. Oh wow, this run actually had the books. We had Bait and Bobber Combat Quarterly on fall 5th and fall 7th of year 2. And it would have been fine on enchants too, is the funny part. Wow, only if I was more focused, not really. I mean, like, it's not like I wasn't unfocused during the mines. I knew I needed more money, but it's like I didn't really want to spend more time getting money, you know? It's like one of those things where it's like, it sucked that that run dies the way that it does, but at the same time, like, it's not really fully my fault. I don't want to learn the route. And the proper routing... Oh, well, it glitched. Hello Kitty content. Now I'm gonna use the baby girl as content, and I'm probably gonna stop streaming. I'm just so unfocused at this point. So I won't be streaming tomorrow because I have to pick up Brittany at an inconvenient time for stream. Actually, that might be a lie. We might be able to do a later stream. What time do I pick her up? I think I said noon earlier. Calendar. I know. Gets in at 10:45. 30 minutes to get off, 15 to get home. So 11:30. That's not even that late of a stream. Read mail, Warp Island, buy waivers, out of bounds to Summit. I kind of want to keep it where I've never bought a waiver before. I gotta keep my pureness. It's like the Joja Mart. So unfolding. But it's our last day. I know. Maybe I'll get the video done today. Maybe if I'm gonna end stream early, I gotta do some content. I gotta do something if I'm ending stream early. Get the video. The video, you know. Maybe. I know. Do you have a tough day? I know. You had all those nasty fireworks. All those nasty fireworks going off last night. On the big ones, you had to go patrol the house super quickly. Thought there was an invader. You didn't bark though, which is good. But she wasn't. Get bagels. I know. Do I not give you enough attention throughout the day? I'm too busy doing nothing. Nothing with my life every day. Also, your paws are starting to hurt because you're putting a lot of pressure on my thighs. Balcony's open. See this? It's 1:10. You got like 3 hours before your walk. I gave you breakfast. Have you eaten your breakfast? Did you eat your breakfast? I don't think I heard you eat it. Did you eat it? I don't want to get up and check. I don't want to get up and check, but I probably will. Such a smart dog can read the time. True. I know. I stopped petting you and now you're getting a little fussy. Yeah. Fun talk today. Interesting talk today. A lot of yapping. Kind of unfocused because of the yapping. It is what it is. Kind of sucks that it was on a day like today, but the mines was also treating me quite poorly. I wouldn't even blame the last run and the first run on myself entirely. Like, they were fine. The mines just sucked. And it's like, I wasn't doing anything particularly different. Like, sure, here and there, I could have probably have broke better rocks, but at the same time, like, I'm getting to floor 40 at midnight. Like, that's 4 hours slower than I realistically should. I know. You had a rough night. I actually slept pretty well last night because you weren't sleeping on my bed with me. You were hiding under my desk. You break the rocks with ladders. Whoa. Rocks with ladders. Whoa. Socks with sandals is a funny joke. The app session was more important. Yeah, yearly app session. So yeah, again, I'm probably just gonna call it quits for today. I will probably be on tomorrow, actually, because looking at the time, like, I should get back at like 11:30. So I should be able to do a stream at like noon. It's gonna be a late stream, but I don't have to watch the baby girl, so I don't have to worry about streaming late. So yeah. Should still be able to get the stream in tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have the video ready to be posted tomorrow, and then we can do the thumbnail on stream. We'll see if I can mentally get myself to start editing the video. Yeah, other than that, I'm gonna peace. Happy New Year's. Thank you for the support. I'll be on tomorrow. Hazel, we're not going outside. I'll be on tomorrow. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy New Year. Stay safe out there and take care. Later. Peace.